Terry McGurrin. Please welcome Terry McGurrin.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm glad I didn't wear my peach jumpsuit. I'd just be a floating head doing comedy. It was a close call. First off, right off the bat, how many people here own a cottage? Yeah, cottage people, that's what I've always said too. I'm not a fan of the cottage people. It's not, oh, I'm going to the summer home, see you in the fall. Come, Muffy, let's get the boat in the water. Some of them are British. Not all of them, but some. I don't own a cottage. I'm a Canadian entertainer. I have to return this shirt on Monday. But as a Canadian who doesn't own a cottage, like most of you, I am an excellent cottage mooch. You end up at a dinner party somewhere, you're talking with some couple you hardly know, and they say, oh my God, you're so much fun, we should have you up to the cottage next summer. I don't miss a beat. Right away, I find a calendar, and I slam it down. I'm like, when? When? Pick a weekend. I'm coming to your cottage, asshole. Circle that shit in ink. Which always makes the weekend awkward, because now there's that tension. But my favorite part of going to a cottage I've never been to is getting the directions to that cottage. It doesn't seem to matter how long the families own the cottage, right? Once they get you off the highway, they don't have a clue how to get you there. The directions are always the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard, you know, like, oh, after you get off the highway, you're gonna go through 2 or 3 small towns. Helpful, right away, huh? Then turn right when you see the tree that looks like a dog. It looks exactly like a dog, not from the front. So if you pass a tree, look in the mirror. If it looks like a dog, spin around, turn left. Your next right, there's a retarded kid, he's on a bike. He does circles on his lawn. You can't miss it. If it's raining, he's up on the porch, he's chewing foil and holding a Frisbee. And you're like, what? I'm never gonna find this cottage, you know? And then sure enough, there's the kid on the porch. And you're like, this is it, this is the cottage. This is so relaxing. But, never had a cottage. Didn't have one growing up either. My parents tried to make it up to me by sending me to summer camp. It wasn't a normal camp. It was a camp for kids with obsessive-compulsive disorder. I don't have this, but my parents had a coupon. So that's where I went. Wasn't all bad, though, this obsessive-compulsive disorder camp, you know? I actually had a pretty good time at Camp OCD. Like any other camp, we played games. There was duck, 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 duck. Now, they take that game pretty seriously there. Not much blinking, very focused little people. I'm not making fun of OCD. If you have this, maybe we went to camp together. And if we did, you remember the camp cheer, huh? The, give me an O, oh, give me a C, oh, give me a D, oh. What do you got? Clean hands, what do you got? Clean hands. Because they wash their hands all the time. They were like obsessed about it. They're freaky little people. I don't know why I keep calling them little people. I don't know. It's not like all of them were midgets. That'd be horrible. A midget with OCD, you know, like, check the stove, boost me up, check the stove. And I don't know why I think all midgets are in musicals either. I'll share this with you. 2 things I'm very proud of. My penis is over 7 inches long, and I own my own tape measure. I should also tell you this. I am the only member of my family yet to have a child. Thank you. Yeah, it's a weird position to be in. I mean, my parents have been together for over 40 years. I'm the youngest of their 4 children, and according to my mother, all 3 of my older siblings have found the perfect job, bought the perfect home, found the perfect life partner, supplied my parents with the perfect grandchildren, and I'm an asshole. I don't know, and it's not fair. I used to get along with my mother very well, and then she became a grandmother and cuckoo, lost it. Have you got one of these? I get her on the phone now. I'm like, hey, what's new with the family in Ottawa? And she's like, oh, we were babysitting little Colleen. She pulled all the magnets off the fridge and all the pictures fell on the ground. And I said, Colleen, don't touch the magnets. I put the pictures back up, I put the magnets back up. She pulled all the magnets off the fridge again. All the pictures fell on the ground. Then she took the magnets, her little colored letters. She lined them up on the ground. I think she's trying to spell something. She's only 3. She's a genius. I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to say to that? You know, my cat shits in a box. Yeah, he does. And he's just a kitten. He's so smart. No, I didn't even tell him where the box was. He just wandered off and found it. Mensa kitty, that's what I've got. He's going to the University of Guelph now. He's going to be his own vet. That's impressive. I don't know what it is. I guess there's a switch in the human mind. And when you have your first child and the doctor hands you your child, that switch gets flicked. I think the worst part about being the youngest of 4 is, remains in the fact that all of my siblings were geniuses, right? So I had the same teachers at the same schools, and, when it came time for parent-teacher interviews for me, my parents would always be sitting across from the teacher who would go, so your son, Terry, adopted? Or was there a fall? Or did he lick toys from China? And the comments were the worst because it wasn't just the grades, right? That next to your grade, there'd always be the teacher's comment on the report cards. All 3 of my siblings, the only comment they ever had, a pleasure to teach. A pleasure to teach. Oh, such a pleasure to teach. The only comment I ever got, distracts others. Distracts others. Distracts others. And they meant it as a bad thing, Like, it was just kind of unfair. They never meant it in a positive way. And yet here I am now. I make my living distracting others. Now, they didn't see the career opportunities. It would have been cool if one teacher had seen it, Like, Terry makes fun of me constantly, and it's often pretty witty, Not one of them, not once. And I've never gotten along with teachers. Certainly not as a student, and in my adult life, no. I dated a teacher once. That did not work out. She was always correcting my grammar, And she would get so mad about it, too. She'd be like, no, Terry, you're f***ing me well, not good. And I would be like, please do not correct me in front of strangers. I should have known better. I should have known better than to date her anyway, because she was from London, Ontario. Is anyone here from London, Ontario? Up city. It is. You've got that park downtown you build the Christmas scene in every year. Victoria Park. Yeah, every year they build a Christmas scene in Victoria Park, but it's covered with a tarp. No one can see what it is. It's a secret Christmas scene. Shh. And everyone in London's left at home scratching their heads. Will Jesus be there again this year? It's a mystery. And then what they do is they have this big festival in the park, and everyone in London gathers in the park. And they're ready to pull the tarp off. And they're like, London, are you ready to see your Christmas scene? And everyone in London's like, show it the Christmas scene! They're like freaking out. And then they pull the tarp off, and everyone's awestruck by its majestic beauty, and they're all holding hands, and it's like creepy, but it brings your little city together. Whatever. Weird thing about it, 2 years ago, the night before the big unveiling, someone broke through the tarp, burnt Santa Claus to the ground, and took Mary and Joseph. That's pretty twisted, isn't it? Cool thing about it, though, London police had it solved before the sun was up the next day. That's good detective work. I don't know if it would have happened that quickly in other parts of Canada. Can you imagine if that crime had gone down in Newfoundland? Newfie cops show up at the scene, try and figure out how it went down, you know? Well, Santa Claus burned down to the ground. Mary and Joseph are missing. Oh, well, Mary and Joseph did it. Not weird enough for you. Okay, I've got another one. Again, London, Ontario. A couple summers ago, a small gay rights community in London approached the mayor. They wanted to have a gay pride parade through downtown. The mayor of London said, "No way, no gay pride in London, Ontario." 2 weeks later, the mayor's approached by neo-Nazis who want to have a Nazi march through downtown. And the mayor says, "Hey, okay." How wrong is that? I mean, say yes to both or no to both, or you know what? Have some fun, combine the two, huh? Have a gay Nazi parade. We're here for Hitler, for Hitler. He's sassy, that Hitler. He's sassy, that Hitler. I would totally line up to see that, huh? Just to see all the old SS uniforms with the asses cut out. Cool. Oh, this is a quick impression of Adolf Hitler putting on deodorant. It's okay to make fun of Hitler. I never met him, but I've heard some bad things. Apparently China's the one to watch now. That's what they say. Gotta watch China. What's China up to? Ooh, we might have to go to war against China. We can't go to war against China. And I'll give you one very simple reason. Our military's uniforms are made in China. If we go to war, we're doing it without pants. A friend of mine is living in Korea now, where he's teaching English. And he sent me an email the other day saying he had been to a restaurant that served dog. And I know a lot of people get upset about this, but it's a cultural difference. Some parts of the world eat dog, not much we can do about it. The only thing it got me thinking about is quite often traveling the highways in Canada, we've all seen these 2-story silver trucks that are filled with pigs. I started wondering if you pass a truck like that in Korea, is it filled with dogs? I know it's a dark and awful thought, but you have to admit, it's way easier to load up a truck full of dogs, you know? Who wants to go in the car? Who wants to go for a ride? Where are we going? Where are we going? A friend of mine just started using instant messaging on her computer. She'd never used it before. So she went on for like several months thinking LOL meant lots of love, right? Which isn't really that funny until she happened to be writing to one of her friends and said, "I'm so sorry to hear your mother died, LOL." And as a comedian, I really found that funny. I mean, I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to talk about you on national television. Yeah, good times. This is fun. I enjoy getting in front of crowds with a microphone and having a good time. You know, first job I applied for after high school, strip club DJ. Coolest job on the planet. Doesn't matter where you go on this earth, you open up the door to a strip club, you know you're in a strip club before you see anyone naked if you hear the DJ's voice, huh? Because no one else sounds that excited at work. Nope. And they've all got the exact same voice, too, that tequila shooting, cigarette smoking, cocaine snorting party guy. You know, we got a shooter special to Barbara right now. Gentlemen, put your hands together, because you're about to see a whole lot of Ronada. There's always one guy that claps, too, like, is he here? I heard the voice. It's true, guys will clap when they hear that voice, because it doesn't, it doesn't matter where you are. As soon as you hear that voice, it could be like, come up to the altar for the sacrament of Christ. Show us your father. That's a bad example, but I'm just saying we panic. But that's the job of the strip club DJ. He's trying to get the crowd excited, so he's got to sound like a lunatic. And that's why you could never, ever have a golf announcer from television bringing strippers to the stage, huh? Could you imagine a television golf announcer trying to get the crowd excited about the next stripper? Put your hands together for Candy. Candy gets on stage. She takes her bra off. Everyone seems to like it. There go the panties. Nice birdie. That'll shave a few strokes off her game. Oh yeah, that one was too far, you're right. I don't go to strip clubs anyway. Reason why? Hello, married. All the women are like, oh yeah, sure. I heard that, oh yeah. Your husband goes to strip clubs? Well, I don't know what he's up to. It's great, that's really good. I don't. I mean, if it's a friend's bachelor party, I'll go, but if it's just me on my, like, it seems wrong. It seems wrong. But everyone has that, that line in the sand where fidelity, it is, and it's important to define that for yourself, There's a few changes I made, like strip clubs are one. Also, I find if I'm walking down the street and I see a beautiful woman or there's a beautiful woman in the audience at a show somewhere, I won't let myself imagine what it would be like to make love to her, Because I think that's wrong. And married guys, here's a trick you can use, because I know it's hard to do. You see a hot woman and you're like, wow, but this is what I do instead. I take all that sexual energy and I imagine having sex with my wife and that woman. Like, both of them are there. My wife must be okay with it. She's there. Look at what she's doing. Oh my God, And you married guys, you can lie up and down, I don't care, but every married guy's had that fantasy. Oh my God. Sex with your wife and another woman, That's like having your cake and eating it too, And then watching your cake eat another cake. Well, I think it's my birthday. Yeah. And some people would think that's dirty. Some people, again, another line in the sand. What's dirty? What isn't? Is it right to talk about sex in public? But I think you should talk about sex anywhere, hey, my favorite show is the Sunday night sex show, Sex with Sue. All right, 8 women admit it, the rest of you, lie to me, feel free. I know you've seen it. Everyone has seen this show, because it's on Sunday night, and it's pretty boring. You're flipping around, boring, 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 and then you get to the old lady behind the desk, and she's like, you suck a I'm staying here. What did she just... Did she just say suck a... Can we eat in front of the TV? And I don't know how the rest of the guys in the crowd feel. If you're like me, like the first time I saw this show, I'm staring at the tube and I'm thinking, oh my God, who is this old bag? And then about 15 minutes in, I'm like, okay, I would love to her, She would be amazing. She knows everything. What's that, Dr. Sue? Prostate tickle. Do me. Do me. Oh, that comes with experience. You don't get that on prom night, Some people say that's a dirty show. It's a dirty show. It's not a dirty show. She's teaching couples how to relate better in the bedroom. Everyone in here in a relationship understands if you relate better in the bedroom, you're going to relate better out of the bedroom. It's part of a relationship, And I mean, it's very educational. You watch this show, there will always be one question someone will call in with that'll make you go, how do you do that? I saw this one episode. Here's the educational portion of the show. I saw this one episode. This guy called up and he said, Sue, my girlfriend's been complaining because I don't last long enough during lovemaking to satisfy her. Sue says this is a common problem that men have. And the reason men have this problem is because guys, apparently, according to Dr. Sue, we do not take the time to train ourselves to be better lovers during masturbation. This is what she says. We're supposed to use that time to tease ourselves, build up our endurance so we last longer when we're with our partner. Problem is, when men masturbate, we go for the goal immediately. Huh? Places to go, people to see, I might get caught. But it was the technique. It was the technique Dr. Sue explained to the caller that freaked me out the most. And I'm not changing a word of it. This is what she said to him. She said, relax, take your time, create your masturbation environment. Begin your masturbation session. When you feel yourself getting close to orgasm, stop! Relax completely. Begin your masturbation session again. Again, when you get close to orgasm, stop! Relax completely. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, this might make me a better lover, but I'm no tease, huh? I'm not playing, oh, I love me not, I love me, I love me not. No, I love me and we're gonna get this shit done. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful night. You've been a great crowd. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, Terry